Welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 6th of April for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please comment and interact with me. I answer every single one. And remember, you can subscribe to my free astrology magazine or your daily horoscope by clicking the link beneath this video, or you can choose to have a one-to-one with me or buy your own personal astrology reports, which will give you deeper insights beyond your zodiac sign. So we're continuing to live in very challenging times with COVID-19. But I think there are reasons to be more optimistic. Mars, the planet of drive, of individual recognition, is in the sign of Aquarius, where it can trigger more teamwork, more collaboration and cooperation. For sure, for some people, this may be a time when they want to invest in their individuality. And Mars is clashing with the co-ruler of Aquarius, Uranus, for the whole of this week. We are probably going to see some civil disobedience. Not everybody is going to abide by the rules, and that can be disconcerting to some. But for the people that want to make this better, Mars in Aquarius is an opportunity to be more sacrificing for the group. Be a real good team player. And Mars also links brilliantly with Venus. So if you are working either at the sharp end in healthcare, distribution, retail, or perhaps you're working in a chemist shop, anything which is supporting this crisis, I do feel that there is an opportunity for better relationships to develop with the people who share your ethos. And also online, the online community can really burgeon with Mars and Venus in such a good angle. There can also be some lovely relationship stories emerging where people do build up ties completely digitally, which is very Aquarius, or possibly some relationships that are already established can be reborn by Mars's beautiful link to Venus, whereas others in Mars's clash with Uranus could see others break down. That's a sad fact of this particular aspect. However, all week, Jupiter, the planet of growth, is in a conjunction with Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. Now, Capricorn, of course, at its highest level, its highest dimension, is very much about stability, security. And I think these two can collaborate to see more central thinking about how the financial markets could be stabilised. But I think Mars squaring with Uranus can see some recklessness as well. Also, the North Node, the point of destiny, which is almost like the emotional gravitational pull that none of us can control. It's something that affects us all. It's like a societal draw. That's in the very emotional Cancer still, as it comes to the end of its journey in the sign of Cancer. It will move into Gemini on the 5th of May, and that's in a quincunx with Saturn all this week. So again, there may be some people who are finding this need to be very disciplined about what we do collectively might be having quite an impact on them at an emotional level, and I do feel that isolation could be an issue. So we all need to be trying to keep in touch with folks the best we can. But as this week draws to a close, the Sun does square up both Jupiter and Pluto that are in that conjunction, and there could be some kind of clash. Perhaps it's to do with us really understanding that the way things have been cannot stay the same. So even as this crisis becomes more under control, I do feel the reasons why it happened, which obviously is partly to do with Chinese wet markets, of course, but it's also definitely to do with environmental damage. And I think perhaps for all of us, we're beginning to see that life has changed forever. It's not going to go back exactly as it was before. That can be an uncomfortable thought as this week draws to a close, but as Mercury powers into Aries on Saturday, joining up with the sun in this location, I really do feel that we're going to get on the front foot in a much more dynamic and uplifting way, and there's going to be a much greater drive and momentum to try to push this awful condition back. Your specific forecast, Leo, suggests that this is a week of contrast. There is the potential for great cooperation. There may be one key relationship that's building up, potentially with a friend that's taken on much greater meaning and importance in your situation. But equally, around a professional commitment, a relationship could seem a little shaky. In fact, someone may make a sudden decision on either side of the relationship to call it a day. This could come as a total surprise to you, or perhaps it's you who's going to do something completely different. But you know, if that happens, it's all about liberating you from something that wasn't really doing you as much good as you might have thought. Yeah, perhaps it did generate a certain amount of revenue. But as the sun moves into a square with Jupiter and Pluto at the end of this week, it's going to push you to move outside of your comfort zone. And with Mercury emerging into Aries on Saturday, it's going to get you being much more creative. So if there is a change going on around obligations, responsibilities, work, or even your daily routines, see this as a bonus. See this as something that can liberate you to move you forwards in a much more dynamic way. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Remember, please feel free to comment, share or like. Subscribe to my monthly magazine, regular mail-outs, your free daily horoscope. Look to have a reading with me or order your personal astrology, which will give you so much greater understanding of what makes you tick by taking advantage of my 30% off special offer by seeing the links beneath this video. But for now, take care and goodbye.